I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse.
Judgment Day, it's here. Heaven's armies in the air. Look up. Judgment Day, no fear. For the chosen we prepare. Stand up. King of kings, he rides with his armies by his side. That's right, Lord of lords, he reigns. Now the nations cannot hide. Heaven split like scrolls being rolled away. Armies mounting up for Judgment Day. Not your white Jesus coming peaceful like, but a warrior king coming for the fight. Eyes like flames and sword from his mouth, coming with 10,000s from the south. Crown of crowns upon his woolly head, coming to raise Israel from the dead. No more turning cheeks, no more playing nice. Blood gonna flow, that's a sacrifice. Revelation 19, read it clear. Me and man army about to appear. Your NATO forces can't stop this war. Your nuclear weapons can't block this score. When them horses start to hit the ground, every military post going down. The day has come, the hour is here. The king returns with power, with fear. The day has come, the hour is here. The king returns with power. No more peace deals, no more summits now. Every nation about to take a bow. You and assembly can't prevent this thing. When they see the armies of the king coming with a rod of iron strong, time to right every historic wrong. Blood gon' stain his royal vest when he put these nations to the test. Your tanks useless, jets can't take flight against the armies of the most high. Every weapon form gonna fail when the war horses hit their trail. This ain't that gentle Jesus tale. This the king of Israel, watch him prevail. With the saints behind him, charged for war. This what all the prophets saw before. Judgment Day is here. Heaven's armies in the air. Look up. Judgment Day, no fear. For the chosen we prepare. Stand up. King of kings, he rise with his armies by his side. That's right, Lord of lords, he reigns. Now the nations cannot hide. Judgment Day is here. Heaven's armies in the air. Look up. Judgment Day, no fear. For the chosen we prepare. Stand up. King of kings, he rise with his armies by his side. That's right, Lord of lords, he reigns. Now the nations cannot hide. Every eye gonna see the sight when them horses break through clouds of white. Can't deny it, can't explain away when them armies come on Judgment Day. Chariots of fire filling up the sky, making all your military might look fly. Angels pulling swords of flame and steel, making all your weapons look unreal. This ain't Hollywood, can't script this scene. When the king come back to claim his beam, every knee gonna bow, every tongue confess. When they see true power manifest, your generals gonna drop the stars. When they see them heavenly war cars, your admirals gonna flee the fleets. When them horses thunder through your streets, battle lines drawn in the valley deep. Joel's prophecy about to make you weep. Armageddon ain't what you thought it'd be when the king comes back to set us free. All your armies gather for the fight, but you ain't ready for this holy might. Every nation that came against his throne about to feel power they never known. This the day that David wrote about, when he saw the nations rage and shout. This the hour Isaiah prophesied, when he saw the king in all his pride. Judgment Day ain't waiting anymore. Heaven's armies at your door. Final chapter about to close. Kingdom coming, everybody knows. The king is coming with armies strong. The day is here. The wait was long, but now judgment.
Happy Sabbath! Happy Sabbath! Happy Sabbath to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered to the four corners of this earth. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. Judgment Day is on the way. Can you feel it, family? Can you feel it? Each day you look outside your window, another second closer to getting the hell out of here. Another second closer to Yahushua HaMashiach breaking out the sky, descending down from the heavens on this wicked earth. Whoo. Can you feel it? How does it make you feel? Does it make you feel dread? Does it make you feel happy? Well, it doesn't matter, family. The wicked time is going by faster and faster. Look at all the crazy things that are happening out there, man. Another crazy week around here in the Midwest. More tornadoes. Now it's raining nonstop. Floods all over here. Not at least around me, at least. But good portions of Arkansas, Tennessee, flooding. Flooded out. This is what the Most High is sending. Judgment is here. The question is, which side are you on, Israel? Are you on the winning side or are you on the losing side? Today, we are going to go into a pivotal chapter, in my opinion. Exodus 4. The fire in your hand. That's what I'm titling it. You're going to see what the Most High has in store for our boy Moses here. And how it relates to you, family. Because you have that fire in your hand. You have the fire already with you. You're going to see the excuses Moses give, and you're going to see what the Most High say. This is exactly what happened with me as I read through this chapter and got some understanding. I'm like, holy shit, this happened to me. And if it happened to me, I guarantee you it happened to you. So without further ado, family, let's get started. Because as we all know, this ain't no soft word. This is that wilderness fire, family. The kind that burns excuses off your skin and drags you out of your comfort zone. This chapter right here, this is Yah talking to a reluctant deliverer who don't believe in his own damn power. And if that ain't you in 2025, then throw the scroll out right now. But if you feel the pressure of this world, if you know you have been called to do something more, if you wake up feeling like the system is suffocating you while your spirit is screaming for purpose, then this chapter is your mirror and your rebuke. Because we're about to step into that fire right now, family, that Yah put in Moses' hand and expose what he's trying to put in yours. Exodus 4, 1 and 2. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, Yah hath not appeared unto thee. And Yah said unto him, what is that in thine hand? And he said, a rod. Let's talk about this weak-ass statement, family, from a chosen vessel. Moses is standing in front of the burning bush, hearing the literal voice of Yah. He's hearing it. He's hearing it. They won't believe me. His first response is insecurity, family. That's the modern Israelite mindset right there. Yah gives you truth, but instead of moving, you freeze up thinking about how people gonna respond, how your mama gonna feel, how your friends gonna call you crazy, how social media gonna clown you, so you punk out. Jeremiah 1, 6 and 8, Yah says, then said I, Yah Elohim, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But Yah said, skip down, be not afraid of their faces. Same spirit, family. Yah calling you to break chains, and you worried about how people gonna look at you. Moses is scared of rejection, not by Pharaoh, but by his own people. And ain't that exactly our condition in 2025, family? Most of y'all ain't scared of the government. You scared of your own kin. Your cousin calling you a cult member. Your aunt calling you too extreme. Your own circle won't believe you. Because the deliverance message don't come with a suit in the church organ, family. It comes raw, prophetic, and ugly. Moses got hit with that same fear. They'll say I made it up. And Yah's about to rip that weakness off him and give him a weapon. And we see that in verse 2. Now shut up and lean in, family. This right here is a turning point. Yah don't stroke Moses' ego. He don't say, oh, come on, Moses, you're amazing. You're awesome. He hits him with a question. What's in your hand? Let's get surgical, family. Yah is asking, what do you already have? What's been in your grip this whole time while you're whining like a slave? Moses says, a rod. But he doesn't know what it really is yet. To Moses, it's just a stick, a tool, a shepherd's staff. But Yah's about to show him it ain't just a rod. It's a weapon, a miracle, a kingdom instrument, a damn divine extinction of power. 2 Corinthians 10:4, Paul says, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah to the pulling down of strongholds. Yah is saying, you worried about how they'll respond, and I'm looking at the power I already gave you. Whew. Now bring that straight into 2025, family. Y'all sitting here talking about, I don't know if I'm ready. That's what I was. While Yah is screaming at you, what's in your hand? What truth have I already shown you? What platform did I already put in your grip? What skills did I give you? What audience do you already reach? What scriptures do you already know? You holding the rod while praying for a sword. You got the fire in your grip, but you're too scared to swing it because your mind is still trapped and they won't believe me. Wake the hell up, family. The rod is your voice, your music, your testimony, your discernment, your vision, your gift. And just like Moses, you think it's basic, but Yah sees a weapon. Let me land this like a punch to your soul, family. Yah didn't give you all this truth, all this experience, all this pain, all these talents, just for you to stand at the mountain and tremble. He gave you a rod, and if you don't use it, you damn sure ain't fit to lead nobody out of Egypt. Let's get to verses 3-5, family. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from before it. And Yah said unto Moses, put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand, and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that Yah Elohim of their fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob hath appeared unto thee. Now pause right here, verse 3, family. This ain't just theatrics that the Most High is showing. This ain't a magic trick. Yah told Moses, throw it down. And when Moses obeys, the thing in his hand transforms. It becomes a serpent. And what does Moses do? He runs. You hear me? The same rod he been holding all this time, he throws it down. And when he shows its real power, he backs the hell up. Why? Because most of y'all don't even know how dangerous your gift is until Yah activates it. Whew. Did y'all get that? Let me repeat it for you. Most of y'all don't even know how dangerous your gift is until Yah activates it. And the moment you see the uncut power, you start backing away from your own assignment. You're scared of the serpent, but it was always in your hand. Jeremiah 20:9 says, his word was in mine heart as a burning fire. Shut up in my bones. And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. Moses thought he was just carrying a stick, family. But that stick had the symbol of dominion, fear, authority locked inside it. Let's break it down prophetically, family. The rod becomes a serpent. Why a serpent, family? Because that's the symbol of power. In Egypt, Pharaoh wore the serpent on his damn crown. Y'all said you worried about they won't believe you? Watch me turn your rod into the very symbol that makes them tremble. Luke 10:19, Yahushua says, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. You see the serpents there? Yah said, I'm not just going to use your rod to support you. I'm going to use it to confront the system that oppressed you. And when Moses sees that, he runs, because seeing your purpose fully unchained is scary as hell if you ain't spiritually ready. Whew. That's why the Most High sets the foundation before he sends you out on the purpose. That's what he did to me. I had to go years in teaching, before teaching. I had to learn all this from all these different people. I threw away the bones. I got the meat though. And I improved upon it. My discernment became stronger. So the Most High, he paved the way to where I am today. Now let me talk to you, you black Israelites. Yah told you to throw your gift down, your words, your music, your business, your platform, your influence, and you dropped it. And when he showed you the kind of impact it really carried, you ran. You pulled back. You got scared of your own anointing because it wasn't safe. It was a serpent. It wasn't soft. It wasn't acceptable. It wasn't marketable. It was holy and dangerous. You asked Yah to use you. Then you saw what he really packed in you, and you panicked. But now, he gonna make you pick it back up, as you see in verse 4. Yah says, go grab it. Now hold up right here though, family. Who the hell grabs a serpent by the tail? Any real one knows you grab a snake by the head. But Yah said grab the tail. Because obedience ain't about safety, family. It's about submission. You ain't in control of this rod anymore. You don't tame the gift. You obey the command. Grab it by the tail and watch me make it manageable. Moses obeys. And the moment he touches it again, it becomes a rod again. But it ain't the same rod now, family. It looks like the same rod. But now Moses knows this thing is alive. This thing is dangerous. This thing is holy. And that's how you need to handle your purpose from now on, if you have one. It ain't a tool, family. It's a weapon. Verse 5 here. You caught what the Most High was trying to say here? Yah didn't give you this gift to flex, family. He gave it so that the people will believe he sent you. Not to show off, not to entertain, not to go viral. Some of you Israelites are still caught up in the clout chasing. But to prove Yah is still dealing with black Israel in power. You out here begging your family to listen, begging people to hear you. But Yah is saying, use the rod. Use your gift. Then they'll know. Use the power. Let me back you up with force. Yah took Moses from self-doubt to shock to obedience. He showed him that rod you holding, that's me inside you. You ain't just holding the stick, you're holding evidence of divine purpose. In black Israel, if you don't start using what's in your hand, you're not just wasting the gift, you're rejecting Yah who gave it. Pick it back up, family, even if it bites, even if it shakes the room, even if it scares you. Because that rod ain't just for support, it's for war. 6-9, family, let's get it. Hope you guys are understanding this powerful chapter about your purpose, if you know what it is. And Yah said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. So verse 6. Don't run past this. Y'all just told Moses, stick your hand in your chest. A lot of people, they focus on the color here. Nothing wrong with that. Moses is a black man, we know this. Puts his hand in, comes out, it's white. But I want to show you what the Most High is talking about symbolically underneath the surface. Because that's what we do here. We go under the surface. Most people are just caught with the surface. That's all they care about. The surface. They don't care about what's underneath the surface. Yah is deep. So most people may look at this and talk about the skin color and everything like that. That's fine. But I'm going to show you what the Most High was really trying to get you to understand. So Moses pulls his hand out, right? It's leprous, diseased, rotten, pale, covered in decay. Now listen to me. Yah didn't just give Moses a science lesson. He didn't just show him a skin trick. He showed him what happens when power stays hidden too long. When what's meant to be used stays buried inside you, it starts to rot. The hand was just holding the rod, family. Now that same hand is sick. Why? Because obedience delayed its purpose decaying. Like Solomon says in Ecclesiastes 10 and verse 18, by much slothfulness, that's laziness, family, the building decayeth. And through idleness of the hands, that means not doing shit, the house droppeth through. You better hear me, family. Some of y'all been hiding your hands, hiding your gift, sitting on your purpose, scared of the serpent, scared of what your calling might cost you. And Yah is saying, you keep that gift buried in your chest too long, it's going to rot your soul from the inside out. Just like Moses' hand, family. And here's something deep too. Leprosy, as we know in scripture, was symbolic of being unclean, cursed, or set apart. Leviticus 13, 45 through 46 tell you that. He is unclean. He shall dwell alone. Without the camp shall his habitation be. Yah showed Moses that if he don't move in his gift, he's choosing isolation. He's choosing death. He's choosing spiritual exile. Some of y'all wondering why your peace gone. Your fire dead. Your joy hollow. Because your gift is still in your chest and it's festering. Verse 7, look at this. This is where the grace hits. Y'all didn't leave Moses with a cursed hand, family. He said, now put it back and pull it out again. And when he did, the hand was restored. Why? Because Yah wanted Moses to see, I'm the one that controls what lives and dies in you. You just obey me and I'll preserve you. You submit the gift and I'll make it clean. You stop running and I'll make your hand whole again. Psalm 138 in verse 8 says, Yah will perfect that which concerneth me. Woo! Let that marinate for a little bit. You ain't in control, family. You got people out there still teaching about free will. There ain't no free will. You are part of a script. Once you get that in your head, you can easily submit to his will. You got to fight that pride. You don't control your life. He does. You don't get a job. He gives it to you. You don't get promoted. He does all the work. Your education, your schooling means absolutely nothing. Because many people now, they graduate in family, they still can't find no job. Spend all that money in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and still can't find what they're looking for. So tell me, are you truly in control? Because if you was, then you will have your job. You will have your dream job. You will have everything your heart desires. But you don't. Why? Because you ain't in control of what happens in your life. That's what the Most High trying to get you to understand here. Yah is not showing you your decay just to shame you. He's showing it so you don't die with fire in your chest. So you can be made whole and go use it. Now verse 8, lean in, because this is Yah giving Moses the playbook. He says if the rod don't shake them, the hand will. If they don't respect the power in your grip, they gonna respect the transformation in your flesh, because the voice of the signs don't lie. Did you catch that though? Did you catch it? Yah said the sign has a voice. You ain't got to give speeches, family. You ain't got to argue doctrine. Let the signs do the talking. Your changed life is a voice. Your restored mind is a voice. Your obedience is a voice. Your fruit is louder than your mouth. Matthew 7:20. Yahushua said it. By their fruits ye shall know them. He ain't say about what you say. He ain't say about your fancy TED Talk speeches, your fancy sermons. By your fruit, what's going on in your life, that's going to show the people, oh shit, Yah is with this man. My parents know. My brother know. They understand, even though they can't take my words at face value when I told them the truth. They see my changed life. They see my transformation, and they know on a deeper level that Yah is with me. Even if they don't got to say it out loud, they know spiritually Yah is with me. That is what the Most High is trying to tell you. You ain't got to sit there and go back and forth with people. Your life, your obedience will tell the whole story. Verse 9. Now Yah brings out the final level. If they still don't listen after the rod in the hand, hit the earth with judgment. Take the water, symbol of life, and pour it out. Watch it turn to blood, symbol of death. You still think Yah is playing nice in 2025, family? If your family won't believe the rod, if they won't believe the hand, Yah said, bring the blood, bring the judgment, shake the ground. Isn't that what you seeing out here, you Israelites? How many are people dying because they don't believe? Because they don't want to submit, because they don't want to hearken unto his word. This is prophetic escalation, family. Rod equals authority. Hand equals transformation. Water to blood equals warning shot. Yah is saying they ain't just rejecting you. They rejecting me. And when they reject me, they gonna taste blood in the soil. Revelation 16:4 says this right here. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood. This ain't new, family. It's a cycle. If they won't respond to grace, they gonna get judgment. They gonna get judgment. The Most High hits you. He hits them. Jab here, jab there, jab here, jab there. To try to get them back on the right track. But at some point, that jab gonna turn into a haymaker, family. The uppercut that will spiritually and physically KO you forever. Moses came to Yah with fear. Yah handed him fire. Rod in your hand, power in your gift, judgment in your walk. You are here crying about they won't believe me. Yah said that make them listen with fruit, signs, and fire. You've been holding the cure to a nation and letting it rot inside you. It's time to use it, or y'all will use someone else to drop the blood. Hope you guys are getting that. 10 through 13 now. Great chapter. Love this chapter. Fire. And Moses said unto Yah, Oh, my Yah, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue. Tisk, tisk, tisk. And Yah said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, Yah? Now therefore go, and I will be with thee, with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. And he said, O my Yah, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. Look at this nigga, man. Now we at the part that stings, family. We've seen Yah flex already. Turn a rod into a serpent, a hand into leprosy, water in the blood. And Moses still got the nerve to hesitate. Still unsure, still stuck in his own damn head. And before you point fingers, family, just know this is you. This is every moment you felt unqualified. Every time you downplayed your gift. Every time you looked Yah in the face and said, I can't. So don't get comfortable. This is about to cut you. Get the band-aids ready, family. This gonna hurt. Verse 10, let's talk real. This man just witnessed supernatural signs with his own damn body and still got a mouth full of doubt. He says, I'm not eloquent. I stutter. I talk slow. I don't speak well. In other words, I don't think you picked the right one. That's modern Israel's anthem right now, ain't it? I can't teach. I'm not a speaker. I don't know all the scriptures. I'm still battling stuff. That's what y'all niggas say. You think your weakness disqualifies you? Yah chooses you because of your weakness, so he can show his strength through it. Paul tells you this in 1 Corinthians 1:27. But Yah hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, skipping, and the weak things to confound the mighty. He chose you because you weak. He chose me. I was an atheist. I didn't know this Bible at all. At all. But he sat my black ass down and he taught me this shit. And now look at me now. 5 years later. Look at your boy now. I feel like a seasoned veteran. No hesitation. I was scared before. Y'all want me to teach? I was scared, family. Now look at me now. No fear. I ain't got no fear to tell no knuckleheaded Israelite the truth. I don't care what they say. Cuss me out, call me gay, all kinds of bullshit I go through on a daily basis trying to get these niggas right. But it don't bother me because I know they ain't rejecting me. They rejecting Yah. So let's call it what it is, family. This ain't humility. It's rebellion disguised as insecurity. Moses wasn't being humble. He was questioning Yah's judgment. He saw the signs. He saw the proof. And still said, hey man, you got the wrong man, man. You got the wrong guy. You got the wrong nigga. Verse 11, look at this. Now Yah claps back with holy fury. Who made your damn mouth, Moses? You worried about how you speak? I built your tongue. I wired your brain. I sculpted your breath. I made the deaf. I made the mute. I made the blind. This is Yah saying, don't you dare, I repeat, don't you dare question my craftsmanship. Who the fuck you think you is, nigga? I made you. And you better hear this in 2025, black folk. Yah made you with your tone, your slang, your cadence, your delivery. Just like me. He didn't want you sounding like T.D. Jakes or Joel Osteen. He wanted you sounding like you. That's why I sound the way I sound right now. Cussing and all. Ghetto and all. Because I ain't here to dress the shit up, family. I'm here to tell you the truth. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about the way I talk. Understand this, family. Your opinions of me do not matter. The only opinion I care about is of the Most High Yah and his son, through his son. That's it. I'm going to tell it the way the Most High want me to tell it. I am not changing the way I speak for any of you niggas. Understand that. So don't come to me with your tone policing. Keep your badge to yourself. Your so-called flaws, family, are part of the package. You ain't broken, you're customized. Verse 12. Y'all don't even keep arguing. He says, enough talk. Go. I'll be with your mouth. I'll teach you on the fly. You don't need a script. You need obedience. Luke 12:12. For the Holy Ghost shall teach you in the same hour what ye ought to say. Too many of y'all wait until you know enough before you speak. That was me. Most High said, you already got the bulk of the foundation, Negro. Now get your ass out there. He had to go and bring it up through another Israelite for me to finally get on my P's and Q's and start this platform. Because obviously I wasn't doing it. Y'all said, I'll teach you while you walk. Just move. Your hesitation is making you useless, family. He already gave you a rod. That's power. A sign. Testimony. A restored hand. Healing. A voice. Commandment. What else you waiting for? A motivational speaker? Stop procrastinating, niggas. Get your ass out there. And he said, oh my Yah, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. This is the verse that breaks Yah's patience, family. After all that, Moses basically says, nah, man, send somebody else. Let me translate that for y'all in modern terms. I know it's truth, but I don't want the responsibility. That's you, black people. You want to be awakened, but not accountable. You want the crown, but not the calling. You want the post, but not the persecution. You want to know who you are, but don't want to do anything with it. That's most of you niggas in the truth today. All y'all care about, man, I'm an Israelite. And that's all y'all know. Reposting the same bullshit ass scriptures over and over and over again. Refusing to go beneath the surface. Many gonna say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have I not prophesied in thy name and cast out demons? And I will respond, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. Moses told Yah, nah. And Yah's about to check the hell out of him in the next verse. If Yah showed you the rod, family, the hand, the water, the power, the name, and you still saying, but I'm not good enough, then you ain't doubting yourself. You're insulting your creator. You ain't broken. You ain't unworthy. You're just scared. And scared men don't deliver nations. So stop talking about it and go. 14-17, let's get it. And the anger of Yah was kindled against Moses. And he said, it's not Aaron the Levite thy brother. I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth. And I will be with thy mouth and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people. And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth. And thou shalt be to him instead of Yah. And thou shalt take this rod in thine hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. Listen close, family, because now we stepping into the heat. You think Yah is always patient, always gentle, always waiting on your healing journey, you're dead wrong. This next section right here proves that the Most High has a breaking point with cowardice. You want to test his grace? Keep stalling. Verse 14, right there. There it is, the anger. Y'all gets hot. Hot. All that hesitation, all that doubt, all that I can't speak garbage. It wasn't cute. It wasn't humble. It pissed the Most High right on off. Isaiah 1 and 2 says, I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. Moses ain't cursing. He ain't stealing. He's just hesitant. And y'all still burned with anger. Why? Because when Yah calls you and equips you and shows you miracles and confirms your identity and you still act like he made a mistake choosing you, that's not fear. That's disrespect. Yah didn't raise no hesitant Hebrew family. He raised a warrior. And now Moses' hesitation just turned into a liability. So what does Yah do? Right here in 14, right? What does he do? Sends Aaron. Yah says, fine. Since you acting like you ain't built for this, I'll pull in your brother. But don't get it twisted, family. This wasn't Yah's original plan. Aaron wasn't plan A. Aaron was Moses' crutch. Yah said, I'll send him, but he ain't who I wanted. Ecclesiastes 10 and 1. Dead flies cause the ointment to what? Skip over. To send forth a stinking savor. Moses' fear just contaminated the mission. It's still gonna happen, but now Yah has to modify the strategy. And that's what y'all need to understand. Just because Yah still uses you doesn't mean he's not disappointed in how you forced his hand. Like for me. Had to use somebody else to come and put it in my head to start a goddamn channel. Because I was too pussy to do it on my own. How many of us here? How many of us out here are operating in plan B because we punked out on plan A? Hands raised. My hand's raised. My hand is high. 15. Now y'all basically says right here, you gonna speak to Aaron and Aaron gonna speak to them. I'll speak to both of y'all, but this ain't how I wanted to do it. Do you see how backwards this got now, family? Y'all called Moses directly, but now Moses needs a middleman. All because he refused to believe Yah could use his own damn mouth. Whew, that's powerful shit. You think that's just Moses? That's modern black Israel too. Yah gave you a message, but you too shook to speak it. So you waiting on your favorite teacher to post it first. Waiting on a camp to validate it. Waiting on someone else to say what Yah told you to say. You've become the mouth for someone else's mouth instead of being the trumpet yourself. See how backwards that is? But now, I'm doing it. I'm being that trumpet now. I ain't waiting for these other teachers out here to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do what it do. I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to tell the truth these other people are scared to tell. Verse 16, this verse right here is deep as an iceberg, family. Yah says, you're going to represent me to Aaron. And Aaron will speak for you. Which means Moses still got divine authority, but he lost his direct impact. Watered down now. Let me say that again for the ones in the back. You can still be chosen, still be anointed, and still miss your full effect because you stayed scared too long. Revelation 3 and 11. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Aaron got some of the glory that was originally meant for Moses. Why? Because Moses hesitated. So if you think you got all the time in the world to grow into your calling, you better check that. Yah has a clock. Verse 17. Now y'all wrap it up. I don't care if you scared. I don't care if Aaron speaks. You still gonna take this rod and do these signs. Moses ain't off the hook, family. Yah basically says, hey, I'm giving you help, but you still responsible for the miracles. Don't confuse assistance with escape. You still gonna lead. You still gonna perform. You still gonna answer for what you were given. So you black Israelites, this whole exchange is a warning right here. You keep saying I'm not ready. Yah says you weren't chosen because you were ready. You were chosen because I am. He's gonna get the mission done with you or in spite of you. But you better believe if you drag your feet, someone else will get a piece of your glory. Don't lose your fire to fear, family. Don't trade your crown for comfort. Take the rod, walk into Egypt, and let your enemies feel the weight of what's been in your hand this whole damn time. So we finna get to 18 to 20 here. Now we stepping out the bush and into the battlefield. The excuses are over. The staff is in hand. Yah's anger already flared up. Now it's time to move your feet and test your obedience in real time. Because talk is cheap. Power ain't proven in your prayers. It's proven in your steps. So let's ride with it. Verse 18, and Moses went and returned to Jethro his father-in-law and said unto him, let me go, I pray thee, and return unto my brethren which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive. And Jethro said to Moses, go in peace. And Yah said unto Moses and Midian, go return into Egypt, for all the men are dead which sought thy life. Woo, child. And Moses took his wife and his sons, and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of Yah in his hand. So verse 18 here, slow it down right here. Moses finally makes his move. But he's still playing it light, family. He don't say, Yah sent me to free Israel. He say, let me go check on my brothers. Why? Because he's testing the waters. Still unsure how people around him will react. Still soft-stepping the mission instead of standing bold in it. Let me translate that to you niggas today. That's you when you know Yah called you to wake up the people, but instead you say, I'm just doing a little research. Just trying to understand history better. Just trying to live healthier, punk ass. Punk ass niggas. Not me. They tell me, they talk about my shit. Hey, this the Most High, baby. The Most High sent me to tell you this. Oh, fuck your Sky Daddy. Whoa, Sky Daddy gonna fuck you if you don't listen. How about that? And I show them the receipts when I show them the screenshots of all these dead Israelites around the world. Because they ain't want to listen. Now they 6 feet under the ground. Sleeping with the worms and the maggots. Waiting for final judgment where the Most High Yah will throw them in the eternal garbage can and you will never see them ever again. Some of y'all are soft-stepping still when people ask you about your walk. Y'all soft-stepping. What a boldness at? Because you're still scared. You too shook to say, I've been sent to tear the chains off my people and confront the spirit of Pharaoh, i.e. Babylon, this day. Romans 1:16, for I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of Yah. It is the power of Yah. It is the power of Yah. Yah didn't call you to tiptoe, family. He called you to go back to Egypt and make some noise. Finish in verse 18. Look at this. Jethro said to Moses, go in peace. Now don't skip over this, family. Jethro, the Midianite priest, could have challenged him, but he blesses the move. Because when Yah's hand is on you, even people who don't walk in full truth will say, go. Do you? They'll feel the weight on you. Even if they don't understand the calling, they'll recognize the urgency. Yah will move people around you to not interfere when it's time for you to step into destiny. Do y'all get that? Verse 19. Now here is the prophetic comfort right here. Moses had been afraid to go back to Pharaoh because he wanted him dead. But now Yah tells him the old threats are gone. That thing you was running from, dead. That fear that chased you into the wilderness, buried. You thought it still had power. You thought your past was waiting to kill you. But Yah already cleared it before you even stepped out. Why? Isaiah 54:17, as we know, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Some of y'all won't even move because you think the people who hated you still hold weight. But Yah is saying the killers from your past ain't even breathing anymore. Now get your ass up and go. Stop mourning enemies Yah already buried, family. That's what he's trying to tell you here. Stop allowing your past to affect your present and your future. Yah is in control. He controls who gets in your way and who gets out the way. He does. So trust that. Verse 20. Let me break this down slow and deep. Number one, took his wife and sons. He didn't just go alone. He took his whole household. Because when you walk in your assignment, family, you walk with them, your family in mind. You're not just delivering Israel. You're preserving your own seed, your own legacy. You want to talk that legacy? Take your house with you into obedience. Joshua 24:15, as for me and my house, we will serve Yah. 2, return to the land of Egypt. This is full circle. Moses was raised in Egypt, fled in shame. Now he's returning in power. And that's your call too. The same streets you used to sin in, Yah gonna make you walk through them with fire in your eyes. The same family that saw you broken, Yah gonna have you return carrying the rod. And I believe that's what he's doing for me. He gonna probably make me return back to Miami with this rod of power in my hand to show my family, to show my friends, my old people that I used to stump around the grounds with, to show them the power of the Most High Yah. And I believe that's why he had me out here for in this wilderness, because he about to return me, and soon he about to return me. It's gonna be 7 years since I've been here in July. 7 years, and we know 7 is the time of completion. Maybe this is my last year. This is my last lease in Missouri. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you up to date. You're not coming back to fit in, family. You're coming back to confront. Moses took the rod of Yah in his hand. Not just a rod anymore, family. Not just a stick. This is now officially labeled the rod of Yah. It ain't Moses' confidence. It ain't Moses' education. It's Yah's authority in his grip. That thing in your hand, the truth, the word, the gift Yah gave you, it's divine now. Psalm 110 in verse 2. Yah shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. You were made to rule in the same place you were once ruled. But only if you pick up that rod and move your feet. This ain't the burning bush phase anymore, family. Now the mission is in motion. Moses loaded the wagon, grabbed the rod, took his house, and pointed his face toward Egypt. You black Israelites today, if you've been hearing the call and doing nothing, it's time to get your ass off the mountain and get to work. Get your ass into this vineyard and labor. The conversation is over. Now it's movement season. You ain't called to debate. You ain't called to wait. You're called to return with the rod of Yah in your hand and fire in your mouth. Do you get it? Do you get that? Now verses 21 to 23. Because Yah about to make it plain, family. You touch my son, I kill yours. Let's keep it going. Before we get into it, I want y'all to step in. Strap in. We out of the wilderness. The conversation phase is dead. This is Yah speaking straight to Moses like a war general giving orders before the first strike. What comes next? Not a motivational word, not a blessing, a death notice. I repeat, a death notice. Because now it's not just about deliverance, it's about vengeance. Yah's done talking nice. This is the first warning shot to Pharaoh, to Babylon today. And it comes wrapped in blood. So let's drag it out and extract out all the prophecy. Verse 21. And Yah said unto Moses, when thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand. But I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. Whoo, tell it straight up, family. Tell you again, where your free will at? Where's your free will at? And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith Yah, Israel, Israel, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Where the nation's at? We'll get to that. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. Whoo! Y'all feel the power here? Y'all should feel the weight. Verse 21. Y'all should feel that. Feel that. Let that marinate in your spirit for a little bit. Yah tells Moses before he even gets there, Pharaoh ain't gonna listen. What? What? Yah gives Moses power, signs, fire from heaven. Then tells him it won't work immediately. Why? Because this ain't about convincing Pharaoh. It's about exposing Pharaoh. Yah is setting Pharaoh up for judgment. He's about to show the whole earth what happens when you refuse to let Israel go. That's why your black ass still in captivity. Because the Most High has hardened the heart of the nations not to let you go, not to give you reparations. The Most High did it because he is setting these heathen up for judgment the same way he's setting Pharaoh up for judgment here. He's doing it right now in 2025. That's why these heathen hate you, despite all the things that you are capable of. That's why they still speak all this vitriol to your face. That's why they don't like you. Because the Most High has hardened their heart. So why are you out here still begging for white acceptance, begging for Asian acceptance, begging for African acceptance, for Hindu acceptance, Spanish acceptance, so-called Middle Eastern acceptance, when the Most High already told you they hardened, their heart is hardened. It ain't gonna work. Yah is exposing them for judgment, family. So why are you still trying to impress these people? Why are you still begging for the crumbs on their table? The Most High's about to shake the table. He about to flip the table and put your table in place of theirs. Why are you still begging from that table that is going to be destroyed? What the fuck is wrong with you coon ass niggas? Proverbs 16:4. Yah hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. He made them this way, family. Y'all say, oh man, white people born with no soul. He made them that way. He made them that way, the nations, to hate you. He created them that way, family. This is their purpose on the earth. This is their purpose. They are the villains of this story. They are your Andersons from the Matrix. These is them. And they're about to be destroyed. Do you get it? Yah's about to drag Pharaoh into a confrontation he can't win. Why? Because Pharaoh's heart been wicked from day one. And now Yah's going to harden it like clay in the heat. Just to shatter it in front of everybody. And hear me well. That's modern Babylon too. You think these governments don't see the truth waking you up? You think they don't see you teaching, separating, repenting? They see it, and they will still not let your black ass go. Because Yah's not just trying to deliver you. He's trying to make an example out of them. You have no free will. Get it out of your head, you Israelites. The words that are coming out of my mouth are part of a script. I don't have access to said script, but it's there, and I'm acting it out. Not of my own accord, but because that's what the Most High scripted. He scripted your awakening. He scripted my awakening. If it was left up to me, I would still be an atheist, still living like a demon. Still rebellious. Same way for y'all. If it was up to y'all, y'all would still be out there thugging it up, hoeing it out. But it's not up to you. It's up to him. Because he wrote the script and you're just a character in the movie. Verse 22. Here it is right here. This is Yah telling Pharaoh that people you've been whipping, enslaving, killing, raping, mocking, that ain't no slave class. That's my son. This is personal now. Yah ain't calling us servants. He ain't calling us captives. He calls us what? Sons. And he ain't talking about the nations. Hosea 11:1. When Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. That's your purpose. You are the son, Israel, black people. He didn't say this for the crackers. He didn't say this for the so-called Hispanics, Africans, Asians, Native Americans, so-called Middle Eastern, Hindus. He didn't say that for them. He said that for you. He didn't call Israel his son after they got delivered, family. He called them son while they were still in bondage. So for you in 2025, feeling like the chains disqualify you, you were Yah's son the whole damn time. Even in your captivity, even in your confusion, even in your affliction, even when I was out here spouting all kind of bullshit about atheism, I was still his son. I didn't even know it. When you was out there living foul, you were still his son, his daughter, and you didn't even know it. You don't get adopted after the deliverance, family. You been his child, and that's why the judgment coming. Verse 23, right here. There it is. Yah gives the first ultimatum. Let my son go or I'll kill yours. That's not figurative. That's not poetic. That's death for death. You touch mine, now I'm coming for yours. But as we already know, Exodus 12 and 29, and it came to pass, skipping over, Yah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. We already know the story. Moses didn't know, but we already know. This ain't a threat. It's prophecy. And Yah kept it. Black people, you better see the message. The world has enslaved, murdered, oppressed, and forgotten Yah's chosen sons. And now he's coming for theirs. Their systems, their seed, their lineage. That's why you see them killing themselves off. Suicide is at an all-time high. Look at Japan. They're on a negative population growth. They're on the verge of going extinct, family. That's Yah's judgment on them. China the same way. They killed all those women. Because they preferred the sons. They killed all those women. And now they fucked up their population growth. Because there's not enough women for the men. Whoops. That's judgment. That's why you see these white folks on fentanyl, overdosing on meth. That's judgment. They judged us 7 times, now they finna get 7 times back. If they don't let you go spiritually, economically, politically, the sword is coming. This ain't just about Moses getting permission. This is Yah delivering a final warning to the empire. You touch my son, I'll kill yours. That's the energy Yah is moving with. So stop saying he a soft-ass God. Fake-ass Christians. God is love. He's love. No, he ain't. That's one aspect. But y'all forgetting this aspect right here. Because if you talk about this aspect, you ain't gonna get that. Those members are gonna start to dwindle. Because nobody wants to hear this message. Nobody wants to hear this part of the Most High's character. Nobody wants to, but I'm bringing it out. I don't give a fuck who listens. You gonna get this fire. Everybody worrying about the love of the Most High and, oh my God, his grace and all of that stuff. But he got this side too, and nobody talking about it. But you best believe I'm talking about it. I'm bringing judgment back on the table. Because nobody is talking about the judgment. Nobody. Everybody talking about repentance and forgiveness and his love. But nobody talking about the judgment that comes when your black ass don't repent. Nobody talking about the blood that is being shed today. Because talking about that don't get you numbers. Talking about that don't make you go viral. It don't get you followers. It don't get you clout. I don't give a fuck about the clout. I don't care who listens to the message. I care about getting the message out there. Y'all will bring the people over to listen to the message. Who he wants to hear the message. I don't give a shit. This message ain't for everybody. This message is for that 1% of Israelites who want to know the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's who I make my messages for. That's who I make my music for. I don't give a fuck about the majority of you Israelites. Understand this. Most of y'all are on the way to judgment. Most of y'all are on the way out here. Gone. See you later, alligator. I ain't worried about you. I'll plant my seeds where I plant my seeds and I'll keep it moving. You listen to it? Fine. Whatever. You held accountable. My job is to hold you accountable. I don't give a shit if you change or not. My job is to warn the people. If they heed the warning, all praises and great glory. If not, oh well, I did my part. Like I told you, I don't give a shit. I'm here to speak the message that the Most High has put in my mouth to speak. If you don't like it, bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Unsubscribe. Block me. But you're going to have to answer for that. Trust. This ain't love songs and altar calls like they do with Christianity. This is blood for blood justice. And if you don't start walking like a son, if you don't start moving like royalty, if you still begging Pharaoh for crumbs and comfort, then you gonna miss the whole purpose of this war. 24 to 26 now. Brace yourself, because this section right here is one of the most violent, confusing, and misunderstood moments in the entire book. Yah just gave Moses the rod, the mission, the words, the power, the plan, and now out of nowhere, Yah pulls up to kill him. Let's crack it open. No soft language here, family. You got to feel the weight of what disobedience costs, even for the chosen. 24. And it came to pass by the way in the end that Yah met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of a son and cast it at his feet and said, surely a bloody husband art thou to me. So he let him go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art because of the circumcision. Verse 24, you heard that right. Yes. Yah met Moses in the middle of his journey to do the work Yah told him to do and was ready to strike him dead. How? Why? What the hell just happened? I know some of y'all scratching your head. Why would Yah do this? Let me explain this plainly. You can be called, anointed, sent, chosen, and still get struck down if you walk in willful rebellion. Yah's favor don't cancel his standards. Yah's presence don't override his precepts. If you ignore his covenant, he will end you, even mid-mission. So what was Moses doing wrong? We see it in verse 25. Moses had not circumcised his son. The man sent to deliver a covenant people was walking in covenant neglect. Circumcision was Yah's first physical commandment to Abraham, a sign of the promise, and Moses ignored it. Genesis 17:10, this is my covenant. Skipping over, every man, child among you shall be circumcised. This wasn't a small oversight. This was a blatant disrespect to the foundational agreement Yah made with the forefathers. You gonna lead Israel and break the same law that identifies Israel? That's why a lot of these leaders, family, these pastors out here talking about, call themselves sent and anointed, all this bullshit, getting found out for adultery. All they sins being laid to bear. They getting kicked out the church. They getting killed. They being exposed. A lot of hypocrites out there, family. They say they love Yah, but they doing wickedness behind closed doors. But the Most High see every damn thing, and you gonna get exposed. Trust me, fam. You will get exposed. Yah said, you think I'm gonna let you march into Egypt representing me with your house out of order? Death was knocking. And notice, it wasn't Moses who fixed it. It was Zipporah. She grabbed a sharp stone, circumcised the boy, and threw the bloody flesh down. This woman saved her husband's life with a knife and a covenant. She knew the seriousness of it, even if Moses got lax. Some of y'all here today in 2025 want to be used by Yah, but your house is in disorder. Your kids unruly. Your spouse rebellious. You ain't handling the bloodline, and Yah sees it. He don't play favorites, family. He plays by covenant. Just because you're an Israelite don't mean shit to him. He will kill you if you disobey. This is the seriousness of the Most High Yah. Yah keep calling him a loving God. Look what he's about to do to Moses. Where is this being taught? Who's teaching about this? Who's talking about about this side, this aspect of the Most High Yah? Who? Nobody. This is what the Most High has called me to do, to talk about the things that everybody else too pussy to talk about. This is why I'm here. This is why I teach the way I teach, because I'm teaching the way that nobody teaches. Nobody teaches about this shit. They all focus on one aspect, but they forget about that the Most High has a whole nother side to himself. And it's mainly the entire Old Testament. 75% of the book, people don't even look at. The Most High's character is 75% of the book, Old Testament. You see how he was. And he told you in Malachi, he don't change. That's the last book. Last book of the Old Testament. He said it don't change. He did that for a reason, because he knows when the New Testament came out that it's going to look like he changed. That's why he put it there in Malachi. I don't change. Because people are going to look at the New Testament and they're going to think, well, look what y'all changed. He got a new people now. Stupid. Continuing verse 25. Zipporah was pissed. She just had shed her child's blood because Moses was being negligent. This wasn't some holy moment. It was a raw, violent, urgent correction. And this is where a lot of you get uncomfortable. You want y'all to bless your mission while your house is defiled. You want to go viral while your child don't even know Deuteronomy. You want to preach while your household don't even keep Sabbath. You want to deliver Israel while disobeying the foundational covenant Yah gave our fathers. That's death worthy. That's what Yah is trying to get you ignorant ass Israelites to understand here. That's death worthy. Some of y'all still eating pork and you know pork bad. You know pork got crazy side effects and you still eating it. You see Leviticus 11. And you pass on by. Oh, that was the Old Testament. Jesus died for that, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. No! Rebellion. And you wonder why your life is in shambles. You wonder why your prayers go unanswered. You wonder why you're stuck on the bottom. And then you want to blame the Most High. He just not answering my prayers. He just can't hear me or something. No, you are in willful disobedience. You're lucky he don't kill you. Zipporah said to plain, you a bloody husband to me. Meaning, I just saved your ass, but this cost me. And that's a whole nother message. If you don't handle your house, somebody else gonna bleed for your disobedience. Whew! Are you hearing me, Israel? That's your responsibility as the head of the household, Israelite men. A lot of y'all are negligent. A lot of y'all are coasting on autopilot. Thinking just because you know you're an Israelite, that's all it takes. No, sir. You got a job. You got responsibility. And if you don't handle that responsibility, the Most High gonna make somebody else bleed for your disobedience. 26. Y'all let him go. He let him go. The death angel backed off. Not because Moses corrected it, but because Zipporah did. Let that sink in. The only reason Moses survived that night was because someone else had to fix what he failed to do. How many of y'all right now are only alive because someone else interceded on your behalf? Somebody else covered your mess. Somebody else picked up the blade. Somebody else made the cut you were supposed to. Proverbs 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children. That inheritance starts with covenant obedience, not just inspiration. Get your household in order, Israelite men. Some of y'all still operating on Babylonian standards, while the Most High has his own standards that he expects you to live by. That he expects you to enforce under your house, under your roof, with your wife, with your children. But some of y'all too pussy. Y'all scared of your wife. You're scared of your damn children. You want them to be comfortable. You want them to be happy. Fuck that comfort. Fuck that happiness. If they ain't following that shit, boy, you better put the fear of the Most High in them. The Most High gave you dominion over the whole earth. Adam, man, Israelite man, you better exercise that dominion. Stop being pussyfooted and get your ass up and get your house in order before the Most High kill you and your family. I just read a story of this husband and wife. These Israelite husband and wife. 2 separate cars, 2 separate car accidents, leaving them behind a 3-year-old. Most High killed both of them. Y'all heard of that story? They call it unfortunate. I call it judgment. The Most High will do that. If you live in willful obedience, He will take you out and spare your kids from your nonsense. This is the consequences that people don't want to talk about, because it's not good. It's not viral to talk about death, to talk about judgment, to talk about consequences to one's own actions. That's not viral. It's not popular. I don't give a shit. Don't think your calling protects you from judgment. Y'all don't care if you're the deliverer. If your house out of order, He'll strike. And don't confuse momentum with favor. Moses was on the way, but still almost died. Because Yah don't just want your mission. He wants your obedience. He wants your bloodline marked. He wants your house and covenant. You want to carry the rod? Then carry the knife too. Cut the flesh. Cover your house, or Yah will come through the door Himself. So let's finish this bad boy up. Now the foundation's been set. Moses got the rod. His house just got corrected by blood. The fear's been stripped. Now the movement finally touches the people. This ain't about potential anymore. This is when purpose goes public. And the fire is about to spread. (27 to 31). Let's get it. And Yah said to Aaron, "Go into the wilderness to meet Moses." And he went and met him in the mount of Yah and kissed him. And Moses told Aaron all the words of Yah who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded him. And Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron spake all the words which Yah had spoken unto Moses, and did the signs in the sight of the people. And people believed. And when they heard that Yah had visited the children of Israel, and that He had looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshiped. So verse 27, look at Yah's timing here. While Moses is dealing with his house, Yah is already activating the backup. Aaron ain't just a helper, he's the mouthpiece, as we already know. And when Yah sees that Moses is finally ready, He calls the reinforcements to meet him at the mountain. Why? Because Amos 3:3 says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" This ain't just about Moses anymore. Yah's about to unify the message. One got the rod, one got the mouth. Together, they're about to set Egypt on fire. And catch the detail, they met in the mountain. Not in the city, not in Pharaoh's house, in Yah's place. Because every powerful move starts in what? Separation, not popularity. That's why you got all these Israelites out here. "Oh, you ain't got no subscriber, blah, blah. Ain't nobody listening to your sermon." Because it don't start that way. "Oh, you only got 66 subscribers. You must not be talking about nothing." Every powerful move starts in separation, not popularity. Some of y'all trying to build movements in a spotlight. I see you. But the real ones start in isolation. That's a fact. Verse 28, this is order right here. Moses didn't just show Aaron the rod. He told him everything Yah said. The mission ain't just about miracles. It's about message. Power with no instruction to witchcraft. Jeremiah 1:7, thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. You don't get to make up your own movement. You don't get to freestyle your purpose. Yah gives the word and the signs. Moses broke it all down because this ain't about excitement, family. It's about obedience. Understand this. 29 and 30. Now the fire hits the camp. First stop ain't Pharaoh, it's the elders of Israel. Because before Yah tears down Egypt, he wakes up the leaders of his own house first. Let me make it plain to y'all today. If the elders don't hear it first, the people stay lost. That's why the teachers, the prophets, the older men gotta get rebuked and reawakened before the youth ever break free. Moses shows the signs. Aaron drops the words. And for the first time in 400 years of this Egyptian captivity, Israel sees power again. This ain't superstition. This ain't Egyptian magic. This is Yah's smoke. In the final verse, the shift. There it is. They ain't just excited. They believed. They didn't need Moses to perform 10 plagues. They saw the signs, heard the truth, and recognized that Yah was back on the scene. Luke 1:68, blessed be Yah Elohim of Israel, for he had visited and redeemed his people. His people. His people. They ain't talking about no other nations here. This ain't a new pattern. Every time Yah visits his people, there's a prophet, a word, a sign, and a remnant that bows down. And that's exactly what is happening right now today in 2025, family. The signs are going forth. The truth is hitting. The prophets are speaking. And those with ears to hear, they drop into their knees, not for show, but because Yah is visiting his sons again. From the bush to the blade. From doubt to demonstration. Moses finally moves, and Yah's power finally hits the people. The rod is ready. The mouth is moving. The people are believing, and the ground is about to shake. And for you black Israelites, you're not waiting on deliverance. Deliverance is waiting on you to move. So let me say this out loud, so every soul in bondage hears it. Exodus 4 is not about Moses. It's about you. This chapter is Yah grabbing you by the collar, dragging you out of excuse making, and shoving you face first into your responsibility. Not your potential, your assignment. Because truth be told, some of y'all been holding the rod so long, it turned into a damn prop. You talk about truth. You tweet about awakening, but your feet ain't moved. Your mouth ain't opened. Your household still half obedient, and your gift still buried in your chest. That was Moses too. Afraid, doubting, hesitating. And Yah didn't coddle him. He confronted him. He corrected him, and then he commissioned him anyway. Moses tried every excuse in the scroll. They won't believe me. I'm not a good speaker. Send someone else. And Yah said, you still going. Because this mission ain't about your skill. It's about your submission. And if you stall too long, he'll still use you, but he'll use somebody else beside you to cover the part you wouldn't step into. That's why Aaron got pulled in. Not because Moses needed help, but because Moses got in his own way. And then comes the warning shot that most Israelites forget. Yah almost killed Moses on the way. You better understand this, family, and understand it well. Yah will bless you and still judge you. Yah will call you and still cut you down if your house is out of order. Yah don't play about covenant. And he sure as hell don't overlook negligence. Moses had to watch his wife fix what he failed to do. That's embarrassing, family. But it was also life-saving. Because obedience ain't optional once the rod is in your hand. Then finally, after correction, confrontation, and the blood on the floor, Moses moves. He links with Aaron. He tells the elders, and Israel finally bows. This is the moment when truth returns to the people. When they see the signs and know Yah has visited us. Psalm 126:1. When Yah turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. So what about you? What's in your hand? What are you still hiding? What blood hasn't been spilled in your house yet to get your order right? What are you scared to say because you think they won't believe you? This ain't the chapter for dreams. This is the chapter for motion. Exodus 4 is Yah saying, pick up your damn rod, fix your house, and go. If you can't move after this chapter, then you're not afraid. You are, in fact, rebellious. But if your spine straightened, if your chest is hot, if your fingers are itching to speak, to teach, to warn, and to build, then congratulations. The rod of Yah is in your hand now. And Egypt ain't ready for you. And with that, I end my sermon. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for putting these words in my mouth. I pray you guys understood what I said, that your spirit was edified, that it finally lights a fire under your ass, if it hasn't already, to move into your purpose, to your calling, to get off your ass and go and confront Egypt. To get your house in order and commission yourself to the mission that the Most High has called you for. Because if you wait too long, the Most High gonna use somebody else. Somebody else gonna bleed for your disobedience. And that's the fact, Jack. I truly pray you guys understand. I pray you guys had a great Sabbath. Mine's just about to end. I pray you guys enjoy your week. I thank God that we were brought here for another Sabbath. All praises and great glory for that. Y'all willing, next week, we gonna be on Exodus 5. Face to face now with Pharaoh. Get your popcorn ready. I send you out on another song from My Fall of the Nations. I really love this album, family. It's on repeat in my car. Everywhere I go, I'm listening to these songs because all of this stuff is happening today. If you haven't listened to the album yet, I suggest you go and stream it. It has already got more views than all my other albums put together. So apparently the Most High got this album moving and grooving. This song is called Weep and Howl. For all these rich men who have gotten rich off of Israel's oppression. The judgment is coming. You billionaires, trillionaires, all of you who think you are untouchable, I got a message for you. From the Most High himself. Weep and howl. Love you, family.
Weep and howl. Hear the sound of judgment echo through the land. Your day has come. Your day has come. Time's running out for the wicked and proud. Your empire's crumbling, coming down, coming down. Judgment day coming, ain't no hiding in crowds. Watch it all falling, falling down to the ground. All that gold tarnished, your riches decay. Your kingdom's burning, burning, burning away. Your fraud and your violence coming out on display. Can't keep it hidden, hidden another day. Built your king stepping over the poor. Now watch it crumble down to the floor. Now divine justice knocking at your door. You can't escape it, can't escape anymore. You thought you had it all, never thought you'd fall, but the judge of all the earth heard his people's call. Weep and howl now, your miseries come. Everything hidden under your sun, about to be shown. Can't run, can't hide. Time to face judgment for all your lies. Weep and howl now, your kingdom's falling down. Weep and howl now, no mercy to be found. Living in pleasure while others in pain, building your fortress on lives that you slain. Fattened your hearts up like beasts to be slain. Now here comes justice, breaking every chain. My people suffered while you lived in ease, drinking our tears while you did as you please. Now tables turn and fall down to your knees. The judge is coming, bringing no relief. Last days approaching, your wealth testifies against the system built upon lies. Every hidden thing coming to light. No more deception, nowhere to hide. No more deception. Time's up, time's up. Time for inspection. Rise up, rise up. Every injustice facing correction. It's done, it's done. Day of redemption. For us, for us. For the oppressed. Trust us, trust us. While the oppressors face their reflection, they fall, they fall. Weep and howl now, your miseries come. Everything hidden under your sun, about to be shown. Can't run, can't hide. Time to face judgment for all your lies. The judge is standing by, no place left to hide. Your kingdom's gonna fall, no mercy left at all. The cries of the harvester have reached his ears. Justice is coming, the day you dreaded is finally here. Judgment is coming, you can run but you can't hide. No more. Every secret coming to light. For sure, for sure. Weep and howl now, your miseries come. Everything hidden under your sun, about to be shown. Can't run, can't hide. Time to face judgment for all your lies. The cries of the harvester have reached his ears. Your day of reckoning came finally here. Weep and howl, justice is coming.